Hi, Robyn here on my forest hike. I had to take a hike today. It was raining all day, and just when I got off my live sessions with clients and my team, I had a chance to come out before I get back into it. I've got a lot of system development to do today. And for those of you entrepreneurs who work a lot at your computer or you're about to get really focused on your work, when it comes to building an online business presence, building an audience, expanding your reach, working on advertising, reaching people globally. Hi guys. I wanted to share something important with you that came through on my client calls today. The first call was with a group of our clients, and then the second one was a private call. And so one thing that came through that is really, really important is to get your head in the game, not on the sidelines. You guys have heard that before. But one thing that was coming through with my clients in developing out their income streams online, they kept saying, I know I need to be more consistent. And so my question was, proposing back, well, okay, if it was about consistency, my question was, are you clear on what you're being consistent about? Are you clear on what you're doing? Are you clear on the message? And the answer was yes. So, okay, if you're clear on the consistent message, if you're clear on what you know you need to do to be consistent, what's the gap? What's going on? Now, I know the answer to that because I've been through it, right? And I've been working with clients on this for many, many years. So my question to my team was, okay, if you're clear on what you are sharing, posting, promoting, if you're clear and you know and you believe it's about being consistent with that, reaching your audience online, then what's the gap? What's in between you being consistent, knowing you've got to do that, and actually getting these intense results, crazy awesome results that you see us getting, right? So there was a lot of silence. And I kept asking, okay, well, what are you intending to be consistent with? What's the consistency? And so the answer comes back to, well, I need to post more, or I need to do more videos, or I need to be more mindful and send out more emails that are in alignment with what my audience is wanting. So part of that is true, but then the question is, well, if it was just about that, why not just do that, right? So the problem, the issue, the glitch isn't, I don't know what to do. It's not, I don't know how to be consistent. And here's where the clincher, here's where it's at. So the gap between where you are and the results that you want to receive, the attraction, the financial reward, the accolades, being able to promote whatever it is you're inspired to get your message out there, or to have just an amazing lifestyle and freedom and not to worry about any of it, right? So the gap, I call it island hopping, where you're in one island and you need to get to the other island, and you don't have a boat and you don't have a plane, you don't even have a canoe, so you have to figure out your way of getting across the islands. And so a lot of times what happens is a lot of people get caught up in the island they're at, and they see the other island of where they want to go. I want to be over there. I see other people getting results over there. Just tell me what I need to do to get to that other island. Tell me whatever I need to do. And of course, I could tell you everything you need to do to get to that other island, and all the stuff that goes into creating results over on that island, right? That I'm over on that island, and but I can't just tell you what to do. You have to actually demonstrate, you have to practice, you have to be in the momentum of it to get there, okay? And so that's how you get into the insane results, high conversion rates, where you're spending $1,000 on ads on YouTube or Facebook and you're getting back $10,000 in profit. It's absolutely possible, and it's what I do, and it's what I love to teach people. But the problem is I can't just show you here's what you do, A, B, C, do it. You actually have to do it, right? So the problem isn't I don't know what it is, or I'm not sure what consistency is for me. The issue and the glitch that I have realized, and that I spoke of today, is that if you are to make a post, if you are to make a video, it's not that you don't know how, it's not that you can't do it, and it's not that you don't have time to do it, right? It's that if you were to do it, and people were to see it, or nobody were to see it, you are making a story. You are making a story about what it means about your level of success currently. And then you get caught up in that false story, which is totally bogus, has no truth to it at all, except if you believe it does, right? And so we have to move away from making your success, no matter where you are right now in business, we can't fixate on the day-to-day results of like, if I make a post or if I make a video and nothing happens. If you make that about your level of success, you will lose. And this is the reason why most people are losing in that area, is because then they fixate on, well, I lost, or I'm at a loss, or I didn't do it right, so why would I do it again? And that's the problem. And that's where most people fail, waste money, waste time, and also are just approaching it from this negative perspective, right? So to have a winning attitude and to have your head in the game and not on the sidelines of like, everybody else is doing it like this, why can't I do it? It's not about that. It's about you doing it and then you realizing that no matter what, this is the attitude, guys, no matter what, you are winning. And here's the reason, or this is the, at the end of the day, you are winning. Because you're learning about the results. And this is all about my practice. Cause and effect. What I'm doing leads to something that happens. The result. Is the result equal to something that I want more of or less of? It's not that I'm losing when I put out a video or a message and it doesn't do, a huge profit that it could. I know that it's not a loss because I'm doing it, and it always leads to results. It always leads to something profitable. Always. Number one, because I believe that it will, because I don't stop. I keep going. That's consistency. I keep going, I keep trying, I keep adapting. And if something works really well, I remember, oh wow, that worked really well, and I try something more like that. And if that doesn't work, I try something else, but I don't stop and I don't fixate on the story of what that means or doesn't mean about where I am or where I'm not. I don't ever compare my message, my videos, never to anyone else. Never, ever, ever. I've been a published writer since the age of 8 years old. I've never compared my writing to anyone else's, ever. And that's the reason why it's so powerful to be in your own sense of mindfulness, your own sense of focus. Your attention is on what you are doing. You can absolutely learn and pick up all of the cool, amazing, leveraged tools, resources, all of the things that we teach, all of the things that you learn from the great marketing masters all throughout the world. Coaches, consultants, mentors, whoever you can pick up these little gems from. But the biggest trigger for people is, obviously you don't want to be a copycat. You don't want to copy what others are doing. When Apple and Macintosh, when Steve Jobs came out, you can't look at it that, oh, he created a computer just like Dell did. He reinvented it. he made it better, and he focused on a specific nuance, which was high quality design and interface, a better user aesthetic appeal for the person purchasing, right? It's not about reinventing the wheel per se, but it's about figuring out how it works for you. And then the consistency is doing more of that and then redefining that. And so one of the key words that I love to focus on is resilience. Because if you have resilience, if you have that resiliency with yourself and how you're approaching your business and your message and your marketing, nothing will stop you, and you will never fail because you're always going to get back up and try something new or keep going. That's consistency. Consistency isn't about hesitation, and it's not about preventing yourself from doing something like sharing a message or promoting a message or building an audience base. It has nothing to do with what you think it does usually, because it's more about you doing it and then improving it and then doing it and then improving it, and not focusing on what you did yesterday that didn't work, but focusing on what you're doing today that can work, focusing on what you can do today and then build from that tomorrow that can work better, that can lead to better results, because you're learning. And it's always about being present. It's always about being focused on what you can do with now, with your resources now. How can you make the most of now? And a lot of you are getting caught up in what was yesterday or what could be, and you're fixated on the story that you're making it about your level or not of success. And that's what's preventing you from even knowing how to be consistent. It's not that you don't know what to do, it's just you're not doing it, and you're not doing it because you're making it about something that it's not. And obviously, how could it ever come into fruition? How could you ever win and get results and increase conversion rates if you're focused on it from the wrong perspective? It's like looking up at the sky and trying to figure out how to navigate on the ground here and avoid a puddle, right? Because it's like, let me show you. It's like, it's not muddy over here, but it's been like extremely muddy. It's like me trying to like look up and not like trip on the ground. It's insanity for us to think that if we're not focused, if our head is not in the game, if we're focused on something else outside of what it is we're supposed to be focused on, obviously you can't get results from there. And so that's where a lot of people are getting tripped up. They're really just focused on the wrong spectrum, the wrong perspective. And so getting your head in the game, not on the sidelines, on the wrong part of the angle of the story, and not making it about something that it isn't, right? Not making it about your failures or even your successes, but making it about what you can do good with where you're at, and then keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. If you get caught up, that's where attachment comes in. If you get caught up in what you're doing and you get attached to it, that's the issue. You want to just keep going and keep going. It's not it's not a feel good thing to be in a position where you're putting effort out and you're not in a state of like, wow, I'm learning a lot today. If it's not going to feel good to you, and so you're not going to want to do more of it, right? So that's really the issue. A lot of people are just so focused on what they're doing and on the non-results or on the stuff that didn't work well, and then they're making their assumption, their feeling state is based on that, versus I actually did something good because now I've learned, and if I keep going, of course results will happen. That's how it works. So I'm going to focus now. There are a lot of muddy puddles here. It was just raining for about 5 hours. So I'm gonna continue on my beautiful hike here, guys, and I wish you well. And if you have any questions, about consistency, about focus, about moving forward without getting caught up, about winning, about increasing your results and your conversions, about really expanding your message and building your audience base from a really powerful place within you that's totally in alignment with you, that's totally in alignment with what you want, that's completely in alignment with what is good for you and what can really bring good to others. That's what I do. So if you have questions, let me know. I will talk to you guys soon. Ciao.